Good morning, guys. Hi. So, guys, we are live again today with the whole community. We are, we do this every morning. So by 7 a.m., hope you guys join. And for those that are looking for the link, I'll put the link on this video so you can join. And peace out, guys. Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? I hope you guys slept well. So let's wait for others to join. Okay. Good morning, guys. For those that are already here, just wait. Let's wait for people to join. Give me a minute, and I'll get something. Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? So me, right? I was saying I didn't sleep throughout yesterday night. I mean, it was crazy, but it's fine. We are here, up and grateful, grinding, right? So Greetings, everybody. If this is your first time joining our live, our morning live session, we do this every morning, and we'll do this forever till God knows when. So you just tune in, right? It's something that helps you prep your mind for the day. We analyze together. We make money together, lose money together. Somebody says you're the first. Who's the first? Should we give you money? The first person. Should we be doing like a giveaway every morning, like 5K giveaway for the first person that comes? You just send 5,000, maybe like 10K for the first person that comes. How about that? But well, let's not do that. I mean, because I know Nigerians. Once it's 5 a.m. like this now, everybody. Or sorry, once it's 7 a.m., everybody don't choke. So if this is your first time, if this is your first time joining our live stream, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, um, let's get down to business, guys. You can imagine there's a power interruption, but it will soon come up. Someone said never. I mean, this is Nigeria though. So, but I mean, focus on the chat. So it will soon come up actually. Sorry for the interruption though. So I think this is a bit better. Well, I hope you guys can see me now, right? Can you guys see me? For those that like my face. Say it's touch. No, this is not. This is a solar. It's a solar light, so it's not touch. So well, for this gold, I think we already missed this gold because I'm already in the buys. Look at it here. So I mean, I'm already in the good buys. Are you guys seeing it? So I think you guys already missed this. Someone said my face is not showing. Can you guys see me clearly? Can you guys hear me clearly? Good. So for the gold, I mean, gold just did some kind of retracement around here, cut down move from here, and we are heading for our what negative 27%. We are heading for our negative 27%, right? Okay, so this is it. So guys, I'm going to give you a quick story, right? I was in this trade around here. I scaled in from here. This was my first entry. Second entry was around here, right? Then when I woke up by 1, I saw price was here. I was like, Jesus. I was like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? Do you understand? Like, I was so surprised. Like, why did you drop? But trust me, I am me, right? So I had to. I journaled that trade. Don't worry. I'll post it on YouTube. I'll post it on YouTube how I was able to hold the drawdown, how I was able to, also utilize the drawdown, added entries, some kind of things, and right now we are still in profit. Okay, so I journaled that trade and I'll post it. Trust me, it's going to be something very, very educational for you to watch. Okay, that's the main reason why I journaled that trade. So that is that actually. But for gold, we are aiming for our negative 27%, which is here. And for one, I wouldn't even like to call a trade for you guys here. That's like me giving you people poison to eat so you will die. But I mean, I wouldn't do that to you guys because I love each and every one of you here. Okay, so calling out a trade here is just so let's leave gold. Let's leave gold. Guys, give me a minute. So, like I said, gold is something that if I give you guys bias now, it's just like me poisoning each and every one of you, which I do not want, right? So, I mean, let's leave gold. So let's go to GBPUSD. Let's see what GBPUSD has for us. Well, trust me, there's always, I think this was our GBPUSD buyers. This was where we took the buys and we saw the drop, right? And now we are seeing the buys again. Okay, this is like a buy continuation. Remember when I told you guys that on GBPUSD, right? We saw higher lows, right? What we are looking for next is a what? A retracement. So this is higher lows, right? So now this can be significantly called a higher low now because it has given birth to a higher high. Am I making sense? So now this is a higher high. So we are going to what remodify our fib, which is from point A to point B. Let me remove all these things here. Good. So which is from point A to basically point B. So this is our new projection on GBPUSD, right? So like I used to say every time, I don't have a strategy. I have a workflow. Do you understand? So and the way I trade, I have to understand each and everything in the market, structure, fib, every single thing. Candlestick analysis, very, very important also. So looking at that point where we are right now, we are on our daily time frame. We are on a 38.2 area, and aside from that, looking at how this candlestick closed, right? Look at how this candlestick closed with a whole lot of bearish exhaustion, right? That means I mean the candlestick looked exhausted. There's no much bearish volume in that candlestick, right? That's why I'm saying it's exhausted. So on our 1 hour time frame, we need to understand what is actually happening on that 1 hour time frame. So 1 hour time frame, we are most likely seeing a counter move that is being formed around here. This is kind of like a counter move, right? Sorry, I need to. Well, that counter move, I'm not too sure about it, honestly. I'm not too sure about this counter move that we are seeing here on GBP USD. Okay. I don't know. I'm not too sure about this counter move, honestly. I will need to see more sales a bit. Okay. Well. Well. We could use this zone, we use this area for. So we could use this area. Well, this area, this um, 1 hour higher low we are seeing here. Nope, I'm not in for that shit. So I'm expecting, I'm anticipating a little drop again, then a push up. Well, reason why I'm saying that, reason best known to me is not something I'll start explaining here, but reason best known to me, I'll explain to you guys when it happens. But if it doesn't happen, we would flow with what the market is giving us, right? But for me though, I want to see some kind of reversal again because this is not a valid higher low, honestly. To me though, it's not a valid higher low. So I want to see a pullback. Then from the pullback, we can now finesse this push, right? Finesse this push to this is going to be our target. Our TP is going to be around here. Okay. Like I used to say every time, when I come into the market, I'm not coming with any expectation of taking a trade. Do you understand? I don't have any expectation of buying or selling. I'm just free-minded. I'm just observing. Just a free-minded trader, flexible as fuck, and just looking out for price to give me something that I know. Remember, the odds are supposed to be stacked in your favor to take a trade. You just don't wake up and take a trade. Did you get? So on GBP USD, we are going to be relaxing, right? We're going to be relaxing because we need to see a valid higher low. This is not a valid, sorry, we need to see a valid high. This is not a valid high. We need to see a valid high for us to continue our buys, and this could be our target. Not even could be our target, this is going to be our target. Why? Because this is where our negative 27% is. And I know for the SMC guys, they'll say that place is OB. Have you origin? Have you had this to call it? So so this is going to be our target, our TP area, right? So from there we could basically see a rejection, or and also look at how the moving average is pointing, right? So on our 1 hour time frame, aside from that, also let's even go to the 15 minutes and let's understand what's going on in 15 minutes. Sorry, 3 minutes. Well, 3 minutes, there's still no, there's still no tangible momentum shift, right? There's no tangible momentum shift. Price is still rigmaroling. Moving average is still pointing straight, kind of like in neutral ground. It's showing you like this. The fact that this moving average is just pointing like this. Price is neither trading above it nor trading below it. It's kind of is a neutral momentum, right? Price is neither bullish nor bearish as of this point. So we need to see a structural shift, right? And also a momentum, yes, and also a momentum shift, exactly. So if you want to start getting all these little shifts early, you need to be on the lower time frame to understand what is and what's not. Do you understand? So on this lower time frame, I'll be looking out to see more sales, right? This is just a high, right? But this is not the high I'm actually looking out for. So I need to see a more sell, a little sell, and a push up. Do you understand? So, well, can you guys hear me and can you see me before I continue? Can you guys hear me and can you see me? Well, okay, good, good. So let's continue. Let's check out USDJPY, right? USDJPY. Let's just use this, okay. USDJPY. So for USDJPY, remember what I said yesterday, right? I said for those that were here, virtually each and every one of you were here yesterday when I was analyzing. So for those that were here, I said for one, price was still short-term bullish, right? But the overall is still bearish. So and I said this dynamic support or this moving average would serve as a dynamic what resistance. Do you understand? So basically, this is what we are seeing here. Served as a dynamic resistance. Price respected that area. We saw that drop, but this was supposed to be seen on the 30 minutes time frame, though. Okay, sorry, okay, on the 1 hour time frame. So price served as a dynamic resistance, and on the 15 minutes. Sorry, this supposed to, sorry, on the 5 minutes, not on the 15 minutes. On the 5 minutes, though, we just saw a dynamic resistance being formed, but we haven't seen a momentum shift, right? So, I shouldn't be looking for buys now. I shouldn't be looking for buys now. Let's see what our trend line could do. So, trend line, we're seeing a first, second, kind of third, another bounce here. Not bad. I need to see some break. I could be on the 1 minute time frame, honestly. I could be on the 1 minute time frame to start seeing that shift of momentum. Do you understand? So on the 1 minute time frame, I would basically love to see price do this. Wait, good. So I'll basically love to see price do this, break below here on the 1 minute time frame. That could be your entry based point also. Depends. I see people say don't trade on lower time frame. Lower time frame are basically not for trading, they are for entries. Where will I say not for trading actually, but they are not for analyzing, right? They are just for your entries and exits. So because why are they for entry and exit? Because they make you have lesser risk and more profit. Do you understand? Lesser risk just reduces your risk. That's the main benefit of a lower time frame. Reduces your risk. It makes you know when you are wrong, right? It makes you know when you are wrong on time. So basically, once we see a break of this area, right? Once we see a break, we could start. No, we would though, because I don't trade this pair. So once we see a break, because price has basically given you at least a little break below the moving averages, and we're seeing minor lower highs being formed right around here. But I need to see a break, a structural break, before I'm certain that price is shifting. Do you understand? So this is on a 1 minute time frame. Okay. So on this pair, USDJPY, I'm still bearish. Still bearish. TP should be wait. I think the TP has shifted because here was 38.2, right? So yes, TP has shifted. So this should be so here should be it should be remodified to it should be remodified to point A here to point B. Sorry. Point A here. Is this the bearish week? Good. Point A to point B, right? So good. So price is sitting on price respected 50%, and you know we are that 50%. Anytime price respects 50% is basically like is a point of equilibrium. Do you understand? Point is a neutral ground in the market. Do you understand? So there's some kind of little consolidation there also before you move. I haven't said that before. I'm not sure I've said that before. I think this is the first time I'm saying it. So the fact that price respected 50%, you could basically take advantage of that. So let's just wait out to see price break below this area. Remember, on your 1 minute time frame, that's where you should be. Once price breaks below this area and give you some kind of 1 minute valid higher low, then you can take your trade from there. Then boom, sorry, the hell. So you can take your trade from there and you start shorting. Do you understand? So basically that is that on USD JPY. Do you understand? So I'm still bearish on USD JPY. What pair again are we supposed to analyze? What pair again are we supposed to analyze? GBP. We've done that. Gold. I said we are not really analyzing gold because I think it has basically left us. So we doing any analysis or taking any trade on it now is just forcing the market. So and exactly when you are trading UJ, you have to be very very careful. You need to understand that your confirmations you have to see your confirmations very very well because it's a tricky pair. Do you understand? USD JPY is a tricky pair. I'll tell you once again, it's a tricky pair. So it's something that you definitely it makes you go mad because it's so obvious. Do you know why I say it makes you go mad? Because of the fact that the structure is clear, right? The structure is very clear, it's clean, but once you take that trade, it will take you out. Then you keep on asking yourself, is it that I don't know how to trade, or is it that, you just keep on asking, is it that, is it that? In the process of asking that, is it that, price will now go towards your direction. So whenever you're trading this pair, you have to be very, 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 you know, stern about it. What I mean by you have to be very, very like you have to understand it properly, even the way it moves, the dynamics. It's kind of slow, right? It's kind of slow, but when it wants to move, it moves well. It moves like BTC. That's why I also hate trading BTC. BTC is kind of it consolidates, but when it wants to move, like Jesus, it's crazy. So I really don't want to be that kind of mentally. I don't want to be stressed mentally. So I don't like trading these kind of pairs. Something that I'll have to hold for weeks and be sorry, I'll have to hold for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Roller coaster, roller coaster. I really don't like that for myself. So let's see, how this plays out. So let's go to USD, US 30, US 30. So US 30 has gotten to what? US 30 has gotten to TP1. So So the question here now is USDT aiming for TP2, which is here? Well, I don't know yet because I was expecting a reaction from this area because this point was a previously exhausted zone. So I was expecting a reaction. But US30 will always be US30. So the question now is it aiming for TP2? We don't know yet. So let's analyze it and see what is actually happening around that area. On a lower time frame, remember I said once price gets to your negative 27%, right? And that negative 27%, you are not seeing some kind of shift in structure or anything. Price is still maintaining that bullish structure on a lower time frame, right? You know that there is still more room for push. Do you understand? There is still more room. That is when you need to start anticipating for negative 61.8. But that's this area, right? Negative 61.8. But as long as price, sorry guys, as long as price, let's say this is what I mean. Sometimes when I'm saying some things, I feel like you guys are confused, honestly. So when price does this around this negative 27%, this is you take out your trade, right? But once price keeps on doing this, keeps on giving you what? Minor, higher lows. Do you understand? One if price is giving you minor, higher lows around this negative 27%, then you are aiming for negative 61.8. Do you understand? So once you see this, you take out your trade. Once you see this, you can keep on flowing. I think you guys understand it now. So negative 27%, we are still seeing minor things like this, like this. So we could still basically take entries from there, right? So had it been I wanted to like take my entries from here yesterday, well, I wouldn't want to take entry from here because I just did not. This place was kind of like an indecisive zone. But let's say from here now, entries could have been from yes point A to point B. Is it okay? This should be here. So point A to basically point B, which is around here. Good. Point A to point B, you can see that what is price doing? Price is around price is around 23.6, right? 23.6. This area is serving some as some kind of resistance. Wait, let me mark it off properly well. This is my random line. So we're seeing what? We're seeing minor higher lows on that lower time frame, right? So even though let's go to like a 15 minutes, on a 15 minutes time frame, what are you seeing? We are seeing build up, right? All these things you are seeing here are build up of a push, right? Little lower highs that we are seeing here. Sorry, little higher lows that we are seeing here actually. Little higher lows, little break of resistance that we are seeing here. All these things are what they are push. Do you understand? Remember, like I used to say, my kind of trading style, you have to it's kind of I don't know, would I say complex or it's something that has to do with you have to understand deep down. Do you get understand deep down? So higher lows, little higher lows are being formed. They're showing us that what remember what I said. Once you are seeing little higher lows being formed, there is still room for push. Do you get so on that 1 hour? The fact that we are seeing little higher lows shows us that what for one this is a negative, this is a 23.6. So this consolidation we are seeing here is is not bad. It's not bad, it's expected. But the fact that on that lower time frame we are seeing little higher lows shows us that what this consolidation is what the internal structure of the consolidation is still bullish. Do you understand? So you can still finesse by those buy trades. Do you understand? So moving average wise, price was trading below, your moving average around here. I mean, 15 minutes is still even too much. So price was trading below moving average here, but around here, price started giving you. I think this was a break. Then price started giving you minor higher lows, minor higher lows, minor higher lows. So now this moving average on the 3 minutes is serving as a what? As a dynamic support. Are you guys seeing this? So it's serving as a dynamic support. You guys can see price when they say something is dynamic, it doesn't mean that once something is dynamic, it means it is not perfect, but it is there. Do you understand? That's why they say as a dynamic trader. Dynamic trader doesn't mean that you are steadily winning back to back to back to back. It's just that you are profitable. So your wins and your loss are, the wins are more than the losses. Do you understand? So it doesn't mean that something is dynamic, it means that it has to be perfect, like our trend line. The way our trend line used to be perfect like this, then everything will look so smooth and clean. No. So when I say a dynamic resistance, it just serves as a resistance. That means price is bouncing. Whenever price gets there, it bounces up. When it gets there, it bounces. When it gets there, it's kind of do some kind of consolidation. It bounces again. Are you seeing this again? Reacting, reacting, reacting. It bounces again. So basically, price is still giving us, on that minor structure time frame, momentum wise, price is still bullish. It's positively correlating with our momentum on the lower time frame, is positively correlating with what we are seeing on that what higher time frame. So I mean, it's a high probability buy setup. So we are aiming for, remember, we already have a projection. We are aiming for negative 61.8. But the question here is, are we just going to take a trade and hold to negative 61.8? No. Do you understand? No, this is US 30 and it's extremely volatile. The pip count is also crazy, right? So you just want to, from here, I mean, that's why we even drew our fib on what? On That's why we drew our fib on a 1 hour time frame from point A here to point B. So this could be your short-term TP, right? So this could be your short-term TP, point A here to point B. So just this little thing you're seeing here is around 300 and something pips. Moving now, your stop losses, remember, should always be your what, on the lower time frame. Why? Because you want to reduce your risk. Sorry, let me make this. So your stop losses should always be below what your so stop losses should be like below this area. Do you understand? This is where your stop loss is. This is a perfect area for stop loss. This is a fluctuation area. So stop loss are below fluctuation area. So I mean, you're risking 67 pips to get 300 pips. This is not a bad trade. So I mean, this is just my analysis on US 30, and like I said, I'm just Phoenix. I'm not a god. It could go in my direction. It could go against me. But this is, to my own best knowledge, this is my bias on US 30. Okay. So before I continue, let's see what USDJPY is doing. USDJPY is still rigmaroling around that level. We need to see a shift, a break before we start seeing that sales, right? You just don't sell. I know some people will start selling from here because they are just seeing this. No, there should be a structural shift before you start doing anything. Structural shift and a momentum shift. Structural shift is number one, right? There are even times that you take trade just by seeing structural shift. Do you understand? Because once that structural shift has happened, momentum will always obey. Do you get? But for you to be on the safer side, that's why I say moving average and not your primary. They are not primary tools in the market. They're just secondary. They're just added. They're just for added confirmations. Do you understand? So that is that. Okay, let's check on GBPUSD. I mean, what I'm looking at for today is GBPUSD, honestly, because gold has. I mean, gold is not. I'm not looking at gold at all. So GBP, like I said, I'm still looking out to see short-term sales, then our bullish push. So you guys get ready when price. I'm going to call this. I'll call this one out for you guys. Okay, I'm not going to slide you. I'm not going to just go to the community and go to the VIP and not send it to you. So I'll send it to you people. Okay. Um. Okay. Is there any other pair you guys want me to analyze before we continue? Is there any other pair you guys want me to analyze before we continue? Um, Nas 100. Nas. I mean, bruh. I mean, I'm not. Nas is not my thing. So Um, wow, we have 36 likes today. You guys are really improving. I'm impressed. That's nice. Um, so let's analyze. Well, before I analyze this NAS 100, sorry, before I analyze this GBP JPY, there's something I need to talk about, right? And that thing I need to talk about is, one that those people that used to do. Are you guys think that GU is still selling? That buy is not yet ready. So one thing I want to talk about is the issue of 1%, right? People that do 1% this, 1% that. I'm trading 1%. I'm doing 1%. I mean, I did not get here by trading 1%. Do you understand? Those people that are looking at that are telling you on social media to trade 1%, they did not get to where they are by trading 1%. I don't know if you guys are understanding where I'm coming from. You have to be okay with risking more than 1%. For if you know that in this forex journey you want to make out something tangible out of it. Do you guys get my point? You want to make out something tangible out of it. So the difference between me and you now, that's why some people will come to my DM, right? And say, I caught the same trade as you, but I just did blah 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 blah. Now, fine and fair. I mean, people would focus it on capital. Your capital is bigger, mine is small. But trust me, there are times that I was trading. If you guys go down to my Twitter, like I think 2022, you go down, 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 down. There was time I was trading like a $200 account, but you see the kind of risk I'm taking on that account, right? So now I think the reason why people are not taking risk, it's not about risk management. Now it's about fear. Now why am I saying it's about fear? Because it's about fear because it's about fear and it's also lack of knowledge. Do you understand? I'll say these two things. It's about fear. It's about lack of knowledge. I was having that fear also, right? Until one day I was like, man, I just sat down. I was like, is it this $100, $50, $200 that I'll use and buy my dream car? God that big. Is it this 1% that I'm doing that I'll use and go to Monaco or I mean, it's not realistic. So what I did was I just woke up one day, I texted my mentor, I said, blah blah blah, I need to talk to you on the 1%. Then he said, man, like, bro, what is the fun in life without taking risk? Like for one, what is the fun that you are a trader without taking risk? That is the reason why you are. That's why they tell you traders are different human beings. Do you understand? We are different from others. Do you get? You should be okay with taking risk. That is what makes you a trader. Okay. And reason why I said it's lack of knowledge is because um, I'm going to get down to that actually. So now after telling him, he said be comfortable with taking more risks, this, that, blah, blah, blah. He said a whole lot of things. He even told me when he was in Jamaica, this one, that one, that, a whole lot of things, right? But fine. Then how much I get? Money not in my hand now, but it's fine. Then I was trading like $200 account, $300 account. Then he said something about the reason why you are trading with 1% is because you are not yet sure, like your precision, your level of precision in the market is not yet. Do you understand? It's not yet game. You are not there yet. And level of precision has to do with like your market comprehension, how you comprehend flows, how you comprehend your entries. Do you get? That's why I used to tell you people it's not all about sniper entry, this. No, your entries has to be game and your risk management too has to be game. There are people that are just getting sniper entries without even capitalizing on that sniper entry. Do you understand? So now he told me that my precision is kind of poor and I'm scared of losing my money. And I was like, well, I mean, it's not a lie. When you tell yourself the truth, you see that this is not a lie. Do you understand? So I started working on my entries, this and that. Then I started finding myself trading. I'll take a $200. I'll use a $200. I'll take it to like 1.5. Almost $200 to like 3K. Hey, sometimes 300, $500 to like 2K. Do you understand? Why? Because my level of precision in the market then, I started studying. Do you understand? I started studying. Now, I that was when I removed the 1% mindset. Because when I was trading, I'll be risking, imagine me risking 1% of $200. That's how much? That's $2 or so. Then I'm doing 1:5. Imagine me risking $2, 1:5. So I'll use $2. I'll get $50. I'll like, bruh, like, how are you going to grow? You cannot grow. It's not possible. I don't know if you guys are understanding my point. You have to, for one, kill that fear of losing your money, and second, just know that there's also something he told me. He said once you deposit your money, any money you deposit into your broker is gone. Do you understand? Any money you deposit into your broker, just take it as if that money is for the market. Just do what, like, it's not like as if, I'm not saying you should just dash it and go and blow it though, but just in your mind, take it that okay, this is money for trading. Do you understand? That's why they tell you you don't use your house rent and go and trade, or you don't use your school fees and go and trade. Do you get? So now, I when he said that, I removed the 1% mind. I was like, okay, now my level of precision was already increasing. Now I found myself, nobody even told me, but I find myself now risking like 10%, 20% on my account. That's why on a single trade I can make like, just one single trade, right? I can make like 120% of my account without even stressing. Do you get? I could fund like 10K today and I just catch one single trade and I'm making like, I'll be floating like 30,000, and my funding is 10K. Why? Am I risking? Do you think 1% will get me that? 1% cannot get me that. It's not possible. Do you guys understand my point? So that 1% mindset that everybody is telling you, risk 1%, risk 1%, it's, I don't know though, but it's if you want to level up, if you want to see yourself where, in that 3, 4, 5 years, you want to see yourself at some certain point. Trust me, 1% is not going to take you anywhere. You have to kill that fear. That's for one, and you have to level up your entries also, because some people have shitty entries. And when I mean level up your entries, I'm not telling you to guys start looking for sniper entries. You guys see, I don't use sniper entries. Even the trade that I took on XAUSD today, I did not use sniper entries, but my entry game was more better, was more precise. My risk management tool was more better, because I was now on the lower time frame. Then I wasn't taking trade on the lower time frame. There was a whole lot of things I wasn't doing then, right? I started retracing my steps. I started learning. I started doing this. I started doing that. I found myself trading, and nobody even told me, but I was risking 10%, 15%, 5%. That 1% just died down. Do you understand? That was how I was able to achieve. Or that's why people ask me, bro, how are you, like, how can you do this in 2 years, guy? Some will even tell me, I even started the trade before you. It is not about trading beef, it's about your balls. You have to have big balls for you to, you see those people that are driving Lamborghini, right? They have big balls. But you don't have big balls. Your balls are so tiny like this. You have small balls like this with big dreams. Do you understand? Your balls are like this, but you have big dreams. You're risking 1%, 0.5%, and you want to buy you are aspiring to buy a what? Your dream car. Maybe your dream car might be a Dodge Challenger, or maybe anything. But your mindset is, it's not possible. You can't do that. It's not. I'm telling you from a fact that it is not possible. Okay? You have to make sure that kill your fear. That's number one thing. Kill that fear. That fear has to leave your mind. Fear of losing your money. Like I said yesterday, I think it was yesterday, once anything that you're scared of will most definitely happen one way or the other. Do you understand? So remove that fear of losing your money and remove that mindset of 1%. Do you understand? Remove that mindset of 1%. And thirdly, work on your entries. Work on your entries, because that 1% is definitely not going to take you anywhere. I want to see you guys level up. I want to see you guys do those things that you guys have been writing down, those your silent prayers that you kneel down and your God I beg. 1% cannot do that, God I beg. It's not possible. And this is a fact. And I don't want people to come and tell me it is my capital. My capital. Do you think anybody will come and give you, nobody will give you capital. That small capital that you have, you'll be the one to grow it. No, heaven will not come and drop capital for you. Mm-mm. Or don't expect to, or maybe if you are doing fraud, I don't know, you can be doing fraud and your client might just paste you like $50,000. But if you are the person that you are just getting small $100 here, $200 here, you have to have big balls to scale up that money. If you are doing 1%, you can never. You keep on rotating around that $100, $200, $100, $200, $500. Maybe you can get to like 1K, then from 1K again you go down again. You just keep on revolving around that phase. First year, second year, third year, fourth year, because you don't have big balls, but your dreams are very, very big. Do you understand? So my advice for you today is kill that 1% and go hard in the market. When I mean go hard, I'm not saying take yourself to the village though, but go hard in the market. Do you understand? Go hard in the market. When you see an opportunity, capitalize on that opportunity. Do you get? When you see an opportunity, capitalize on that opportunity. Don't keep on, don't do, no, let me just risk 1%. Because when do you know when the market is going to give you opportunity again? It might be in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So when you see an opportunity, use a proper risk management, capitalize on that opportunity, and remove that 1% from your mind. 1% is not going to buy you Lamborghini. It's not going to buy you. I mean, not everybody have a Lamborghini dream though, but it's not even the least RX 350. 1% is not going to buy you the least RX 350. Even Corolla, 1%. I'm not sure 1% to buy Corolla. So you have to do more. The only thing 1% will give you is money to eat. Money to eat, money to do fine boy and post on social media, money to go to party with your babe, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. That's what 1% will do for you. But 1% is not going to buy you that house that you screenshotted and you are using as your wallpaper everyday motivation. 1% will not do that. Or maybe that car that you screenshotted, you are using it as a wallpaper, everyday motivation. 1% will not do that. You need to go hard. You need to kill your fear in the market and kill that 1% mindset. Okay? Killing that 1% mindset makes you part of the 1%. I don't know if you guys are understanding that. Killing that 1% mindset makes you part of the 1% because the 1% that are doing good in this industry have killed that mindset. That's why you see somebody using 50 lot size, 100 lot size. Do you think these people are not human beings? There are also people that have their kind of capital, but those people are using like 2 lots, 3 lots. I can fund myself 1K, right? And I'll fund somebody else here 1K. And that person will be using, let me reach 1% of my account. The person, if we give ourselves 5 months, the person can still be on maybe the person, my profit margin might be, the person might be $500 up, and I might be like, who knows, maybe like 10K up. But are we not still having the same capital? We have the same capital, but what different ball? Like the same capital, but different mindset. Do you understand? The same capital, but different mindset. I'll repeat myself again. I would fund myself 1K and fund somebody else 1K. Give the space of 5 months. Okay, what is your target? What have you made up for the space of 5 months? The person might be like, okay, I just made up 100% of my account, and he's happy. I made up 100% in 5 months. He's happy. I mean, why I'm up like thousands of percent? I'm doing numbers and you are still doing I'm up 100%. The only time I feel or I advise people to do those percentages of a thing is when you are trading an investor's account. Do you understand? When you are trading an investor's account, then yes, go on percentages because I mean it's not something that is not a money, that is not the particular money that you want to risk like crazy, right? But when you are trading with your money, you go crazy with your money because your money is the only thing that will help you. Nobody is coming to help you. I'll repeat myself again. Nobody is coming to give you that big capital you're looking for. You are the one that will grow that small little money you have into that big capital. And by doing that, you have to kill your fears and you have to remove that 1% mindset. I don't know if I'm making sense. I don't know if can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Good. I love the fact that you guys can hear me. So you guys will know that I am not, I don't know how to say, but when I see, sometimes it's just mind blowing, right? When I see people, they are doing 1%, this like, bro, is it that problem is killing you people's mind? Maybe problem is reducing you people's um mind, is squeezing you people's mind. Because I feel like it's only problem that do I don't even do 1% on problem. When I was trading for then I don't do 1%. I mean, when I'm taking is one single trade, I might not trade for like a week, but one single trade can give me like 8% of that account or 10% of that account. Do you understand? So I don't do percentages. You should learn not to do percentages because percentages are not going to take you anywhere. They would not take you anywhere. Trust me. Those people, those your idolos out there that say, hey, make sure risk management, trade 1%, risk 1% per trade. Like that, you become profitable. Bruh, it's a lie. Ask that person, is it 1% that you were risking that you bought this Rolls Royce, be this Range Rover that you're using to do lifestyle for us? Is it 1%? Ask that person. Is it one? Is it? Are you doing? Is it one and one RR? I be one. All those things that you use for RR. I don't know. But is it 1% that you're using to do all these things? It's not 1%. That person is not trading. That person is taking risk, but he's just selling you stupid ideas to what to do 1%. I feel like 1% is just you are in the rat race. You keep on revolving around $100, $150, $100, $150, 200, $500. You come down again. Imagine you having a $500 account and you are risking 1% of $500. That's how much? That's $5. Like how are you expecting that account to grow? You might see a good setup that would give you a mad money, but you are there risking 1%. I mean, I don't even understand. What do you think 1% will do for you? So that's just my advice for you guys today. Kill fear and kill that 1%. And if any of your mentor out there, right? If any of your idolos out there, any of your forex mentor is telling you to risk 1%, go straight to that person and say, is it 1% that you use? Is it 1% that you used to buy this car that you are showing us? Or was it 1% that you were trading to buy this house that you are showing us? You have to be realistic. This is logic. You have to be realistic in thinking. Is it this 1% that you use to fly out of the country, do all these things, biza, all these things you are doing, all these, plenty. It's not 1%. So you don't have to go on percentages. You do not have to go on percentages. Risk like a trader. You are a trader. There's a reason why you are a trader. You are different from a banker. You are different from a shoemaker. You are different from a 9 to 5 person. You are a trader. Risk like a trader. Do you understand? So I think that is that for my little advice. So USD JPY still rigmaroling where it is, right? Let's go and check XAU, guys. So XAU is still basically, giving us that push. We're still seeing that push. I mean, I think we could still take an entry here though. How about that? But I mean, I don't want to call it out for you guys. That's kind of risky though. You know, areas like this, seeing this break. Okay, give me a minute, guys. 2 minutes. We basically do this 1 hour here, 15 minutes, 0.8 point B. Price is kind of like around 23.6. 3 minutes. Let's see. Moving averages are still pointing up. Let's see. 5 minutes. Okay. I think at the close of these 5 minutes candles, we could basically take an entry. Not bad. But this here is not a valid support. So, but this is kind of, yes, this is good. So 41 minutes, or we could even do this. Not even bad. Also, we could use a counter trend line, a CTL. You know, a break of this CTL. Then we could take entries from break of this CTL. So you could still do this also. Not still bad. Okay, not still bad. Remember, any time frame you draw something, that's the time frame you want it to be respected on. So break of CTL. 5 minutes candle is like 1, 2, 3, some kind of bullish variation. Right, that bullish variation, I would also want to, 5 minutes, 1 minute. So on this 1 minute time frame, the reason why I'm going down on this lower time frame is because it's more of like a knife edge though, but trust me, you could still, finesse something out of it though. So I like how these candlesticks are closing. I like how the moving averages are pointing up. So entry time frame, lower time frame momentum is positively correlating with higher time frame momentum. So everywhere good, everywhere che. But we are not taking any trade now, so please don't go and take any trade for now. Mm, so basically, we would see, a break here. This is a nice break where I'm seeing here. So on that 1 minute, for me to even call an entry for you guys, I need to see some kind of higher low being formed on that 1 minute, honestly. Something of such. Then call entries for you guys here. Stop losses are going to be here, below here. Then TP is going to be here. Right? So I need to see this before I say anything on GBP. On sorry, on XAUSD. But well, let me just send this to the community. Let me send this to the community. I hope you guys are enjoying the live stream. If you're enjoying the live stream, let me hear you say active. If you guys are enjoying the live stream, let me hear you say active. We analyze what again? USDJPY. So after I'm done sending this, so the way you're watching this, make sure to like and subscribe, and also turn on post notification. Okay, like, subscribe, and turn on post notification. I mean, I keep on saying that every damn time. like, subscribe, and turn on post notification. So we can see that USD, sorry, let me remove this so people will not. So I'm still just bearish. Honestly, I'm still bearish on this pair. So I'll just basically use an arrow to identify my buyers for those that want to that will be taking this trade. I'm still bearish, right? You can see how price is forming around that area. So everything is basically important. Structural trend line is also important. Moving average is also important. So I'll just use my buyers and I'm bearish. So for those that want to be taking the trade, you can be looking for. Remember, on a buying trade, you on a bullish market, you're looking for lower highs. Sorry, you're looking for higher lows on a bullish market to take trades from, right? While on a bearish market, you are looking for what, lower highs. So I think that's like the only hint I'll need to give you guys on this. So all you should be aiming for is the lower highs that will be forming on this on a lower time frame to take advantage of. Okay, so that is that for today. That is that. I hope each and every one of you enjoyed this live. Did you enjoy the live? And for the 1% people, right? Die the 1%, remove 1% from your mind, and you see yourself doing good in your trading. How do you set your moving averages? That's not for you, that's for the students. I want to know more about trend line break. Okay. Trump go just they do anyhow. Or I mean, I don't know. If this is your first time, make sure to like and subscribe. If this is your first time, like and I mean the session is always very very funny. It's always funny, except when I'm sick, but it's always funny because I like talking to traders that don't want to be talked to. Do you understand? Most Nigerian traders, most Nigeria, I keep on saying Nigerian traders, they don't want to be talked to. They feel like they are doing the right thing, but they just see that they are not progressing, but they think that they are doing the right thing. How can you tell me that 1%? Be logical, be realistic. How can you risk how can you put in this is the logic here. How can you put in little effort and expect a very big action to happen? That's how can you be using one lot size? I'm sorry, 0.01 be sorry, you're risking 1% of your account, right? You're risking 1% of your account and you're expecting to buy, you are screenshotting Rolls Royce. If you are risking 1% of your account, you have no business with screenshotting Rolls Royce. You have no business with looking at GLE because I know everybody wants to buy GLE coupe. If you are still doing 1% of your account, you have no business with all those things. Your business you should be looking at KFC. Do you understand? You are trading 1%, you should be looking at KFC. You want to buy food, you want to eat. You shouldn't be looking at GLE because 1% will not get you that GLE. I guarantee you that. Do you understand? So, and I'll tell you once again, nobody is coming to help you. No single body. You keep on begging on Twitter, you keep on begging on Instagram, asking for giveaway. Nobody is coming what to help you. The only thing that is going to help you is look at the mirror. That person that you are seeing in the mirror, that is the only person you have. So if you feel like one day God go bless me with investor, for where investors they don't just come like that. Do you understand? So you need to man up. Even if you're a woman, man up or woman up, anyone, man up and woman up. It's just be very strong. So I hope to see you guys. I mean, it's 1 hour. I hope to see you guys when the setup is cooked. And peace out, everybody. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. Trust me, it's a vibe. I love being with you guys. I love talking with you guys. It's just a vibe. Early morning session. Get my day ready and bye. Peace out.